What's going on, guys? It's Quadro with French Fry Solutions. So we do have some bullish news to cover regarding Tectonic ticker symbol tonic. We're also going to go ahead and break down some bullish price targets for the long term, and we're going to do some technical analysis, breaking down where we truly stand and where we're going to be moving throughout these next couple of days. Guys, also quickly check this out. I wanted to share this here with you all on this article titled Tectonic Coin Forecast 2022. They ended up, breaking out, first off, what Tectonic is, how high the price can go. But also they ended up using one of my thumbnails, which I thought was pretty cool, the fact that they just kind of inserted it into the article. So I appreciate the author here. Again, I always try to provide value to the Tectonic community, to the Kronos community, to the VBS finance community. Crypto.com entirely right, the whole Kronos blockchain. And so again, we're going to go ahead and break down this news with you all. We're going to do some price predictions for Tectonic in the long term. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. If this is your first time on the channel, do me a favor, like the video. It helps reach more people, and subscribe to the channel for more updates on Tectonic and other projects within the Kronos blockchain. Guys, let's go ahead and get right to it. Check this out. Recapping our numbers on the day, we are up 0.22%. That obviously does not mean anything. Throughout these last 7 days, we have managed to push up, right? You don't need to be a technical analysis wizard. You can see that from here. All the way to where we currently stand, we ended up having a green week. Overall, our volume is down a little bit over 23%. Nonetheless, we are still at $163,000 worth of Tectonic that are circulating here. And although that may sound like a small amount, at least if you compare it to to other larger projects, you have to keep in mind we're only available on one major exchange, right? That of course being Crypto.com. So all things considered, we actually have a high level of volume. Given that again we're only available on one major exchange, this is a positive sign. This shows us that there is a high level of interest for Tectonic in the news that I actually wanted to share with you. All goes hand in hand with this right here today, guys, part of the long-term success of Tectonic, right, part of the reason which Tectonic can aggressively push up in the long term is the fact that it is expected to see a significant increase in trading volume as it first off becomes available on smaller exchanges, right? So, smaller international exchanges before it works its way up to the Robinhoods, right, to the Weebles, to the larger platforms. But first off, we're going to gain some volume from international investors, right, against smaller exchanges adding it. And check this out right here, right? Boyd Market Alert new coin listings. The following projects are now listed on coinmarketalert.com and available for tracking. So Coin Market Alert, a platform that allows you to stay up to date with current market conditions. Take a look at the numbers for how specific projects they're doing. Ended up listing Tectonic as one of those projects onto their platform. Now, this does not mean that you can purchase it yet, at least not yet officially via Coin Market Alert. Nonetheless, they are supporting it now. They are covering it right there, providing the metrics for it, and this is a step in the right direction. This is exactly again what is going to lead to a further increase in volume once other larger exchanges, right, and even smaller ones too, because that's where we have to start. This is a perfect example. This is a great step in the right direction, right? News like this is going to lead to a further increase in volume and buying pressure, which is going to lead to an increase in price for Tectonic substantially, right, substantially, and in terms of how the entire Kronos blockchain is doing all the day. We're down nearly 7% PBS finance on the day here, also down Tectonic. Just kind of flatlining as we saw overall. I'm holding positions on VVS, Tectonic, and Crypto.com, right? Those are the ones that I'm holding positions on. Now, keep in mind, I want to be very, very transparent with you all. I didn't load the boat on VBS, Finance, or Tectonic. I'm not in super heavy because, like I mentioned to you before, Tectonic and BBS are very, very profitable opportunities, but they also come at a higher form of risk, and I'm all about minimizing that risk, right? So I am bullish on them. But I wouldn't approach VS Finance or Tectonic the same way that I would approach Bitcoin, right? I wouldn't approach it the same way that I would approach Ethereum or how I would approach crypto. Right? These all have different approaches, different position sizes depending on the amount of risk that they end up, involving. So in terms of a bullish price prediction for Tectonic based on actual facts here, we have covered this price prediction for Tectonic for quite a while now and it continues to increase, right? If Tectonic had unit swaps, market cap of 5 billion, one tonic would be worth 0.000049, an upside of 360x, almost 400x, by almost a 400x rise. So why are we even making this comparison, right? Well, you're gonna swap is the major player within the DeFi space, right? Now, we have to be honest, right? I'm bullish on Tectonic. I think it can get to that level. But right now, today, who the major players is unusual. Easy as that, right? At least in terms of market cap. You can argue Tectonic is a better platform. Uniswap isn't as good, whatever. In terms of market cap, Uniswap is a major player. Tectonic, like any other business within the same industry, wants to get at that level, right, of the major players, of the top players. And so they're making smart decisions as a business. They're having news that will act as a positive catalyst, such as, news like these where we can get other exchanges to begin to support Tectonic, not actually just listing them for tracking, but actually being able to purchase them. Right. Through events like those, Tectonic can reach this bullish price prediction. Now, I'm not saying that this would happen again tomorrow. I'm not saying that it's going to happen next week or anything like that. This is going to take some time, guys. This is a long-term investment, but even as I just mentioned to you, alright. Tectonic, even if I were to capture just, 10% of this, that's a 36x return on my investment. If I were to capture 5% of that, that's an 18x return on my investment. That's absolutely crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. If I were to capture again 10% of this, that's 36x. If I were to capture, 5%, that's an 18x return. And I'm here to make money, right? Of course, like anyone else, I think it's more so realistic to expect a return of that sort, about 5 to 10% of this bullish price target, because I know the perfect trade doesn't exist. I don't expect you guys to buy right now, see a 360x rise to the top and look at me, I'm super cool. I'm super smart, right? I was able to lock in a huge profit, of course not, right? That doesn't make sense. And even if, taking small steps right here, once we get Tectonic to reach the market cap of EBS Finance, again, not happening tomorrow, not happening next week, but potential upside above 10x, as you can see right there. But in terms of our main target, of course it would have to be Uniswap. If we compare the market cap of Tectonic to Kronos, right? Upside of 224x, we form a part of the Kronos blockchain or within the same industry within the financial technology space, again we will get there. And of course by then Kronos will be way ahead of ourselves. So it's not like Tectonic will actually be at the same market cap of Tectonic, and also that applies here. It's not like Tectonic may actually reach the same market cap of Uniswap at that time. Or maybe Uniswap didn't make the same smart decisions that Tectonic did, and they end up getting left behind and someone else takes over its business at the end of the day. So, very bullish price target. I try to set very realistic expectations. 5 to 10% of this is something that I would consider a major victory. If you guys want more updates on Tonic, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching.